Holy smokes, holy cow. Guys, I hope you are having a beautiful Sunday and a great Christmas season in general. Guys, today's video is going to be a fun one. We have perspectives from Mr. Bernie Sanders, Mr. Mitt Romney, as well as Mr. Van Jones. And we also have a very special message from yours truly, and I'm so excited to get into it. But before we get started, real quick, welcome to the Adam C. Moreno Show. I hope it finds you well. Guys, Bernie Sanders was recently on with NBC News, and at the end of the interview, they asked him if he was going to confirm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and you'll never guess what he says. So check this out. It is going to be a good one.
RFK Jr. is going to be on Capitol Hill this week. He's talked about food safety. I know that's something that you have said you're interested in. He's also a vaccine skeptic. Senator, where are you on RFK Jr. and his potential confirmation?
Well, I think I look forward to sitting down and talking with him. Obviously, vaccines, whether it's polio or COVID, have saved millions and millions of lives, and I strongly support vaccines. On the other hand, what I will tell you, and we had a hearing on this recently, is the food industry, through their processed foods, are helping to cause obesity in this country, cause diabetes in these countries. We have epidemics in our country in terms of diabetes and obesity. And I think we got to tell the food industry, stop making our kids overweight and causing all kinds of health problems.
Are you open to voting yes on RFK Jr., Senator?
The process, there is a process. I'm going to sit down. I'll talk to him. We're going to have a hearing on it. And it's premature to say how I will vote, or I think how anybody should vote unless you hear from the nominees.
All right. So not ruling it out.
He's going to vote for him. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? At the end, you just saw him say, oh my gosh, don't want to say it here. Don't want to say it right now. No, let them wait. Let them watch the hearing. Let them see what happens for themselves. I love it. Look at this. The top comment says, Bernie would be a great ally with RFK Jr. in taking down Big Pharma. I really enjoy listening to Bernie when it comes to the corrupt healthcare system. Bernie could create some real change working alongside Trump's administration in this area. The poster says, I totally agree. It's also Bernie's last term in office and his first term to actually do many of the populist ideas he's spoken about for so many years. I love it. Do you think it's going to happen? If you ask me, it's totally coming, and it's just a matter of time. Also, RFK Jr. is going to be on Capitol Hill today, this week. That's super, super exciting. I was just thinking about it this morning, like, why haven't I heard anything about RFK Jr. for himself recently? It's almost like he's turned down the volume personally. It's like the attacks are skyrocketing, but his own personal response time is way low. I'm like, what's going on here? But nonetheless, I'm excited we're going to have him on Capitol Hill this week. That's going to be great. Guys, I saw this clip with Jake Tapper and Mitt Romney, and I thought it was so good. They're talking about President Trump's picks, right? People that he's chosen to be a part of his administration, his cabinet, and Jake's kind of criticizing him. And Mitt Romney is like, bro, like he told us he was going to do this. Everyone loves it, as we all do. So I just think this is great. Check this out.
Do you still think there's going to be a post-Trump Republican Party, or is MAGA?
Technical difficulties. That was actually the wrong video, but that's okay, because that's what makes life awesome. It's these imperfect moments that actually create perfect moments. This is the actual clip that I wanted to share. Check this out. Again, Mitt Romney and Jake Tapper.
Donald Trump won. He won overwhelmingly. He said what he was going to do, and that's what he's doing. I mean, people are saying, oh, I don't like this appointment or this policy that he's talking about. But those are the things he said he was going to do when he ran. So you can't complain about someone who does what he said he was going to do. And I agree with him on a lot of policy fronts. I disagree with him on some things. But it's like, okay, give him a chance to do what he said he's going to do and see how it works out. Donald Trump.
There we go. Give him a chance to do some of the things he said he's going to do. Before you start judging, before you think it's going to turn into chaos, before you start wishing the worst possible outcome, could we just say, like, oh man, even if you don't agree with him, even if you didn't vote for him, if you're a Democrat or if you're someone who can't stand the man, could we just all say, you know what? I didn't, like, if you didn't vote for him, could you just say, Like I didn't vote for you, but I actually wish you the best possible term, because when you win, I just know the American people are going to win. If you win in this administration, I win as a US citizen. Like even if Kamala Harris would have won, I remember, and okay, this is going to be personal. All right, this is going to be personal. I did not vote for President Biden in 2020. All right. I wasn't planning on saying this, but I'll let everybody know. I didn't vote for President Biden in the 2020 race. But as soon as he won, I went on Instagram and I was like, I pray that President Biden has the most successful term. And I'm praying that he is an effective leader and he does incredible work. Why? Because if he's successful, we all win. That's good. We should want that. We should the fact that some people are praying that the Republican Party fails is just ludicrous to me. Like, you understand that if they fail, you will inherently fail too. Like, that's like, why do you want that? Why do you want to see the world fall apart? It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I saw this clip with Van Jones, and it looks like he was on some show. I'm not familiar with what show this is, but I saw this by Charlie Kirk. And he says, the quote here says, Donald Trump is smarter than all of us. He is the most powerful human on earth, and in our lifetime, we look like idiots. Check this out. It's really good. It's about a minute and a half long. Check it out.
How the hell did Donald Trump figure out the mainstream media is the fringe and the fringe is now the mainstream? How the hell did Donald Trump figure out? I mean, Joe Rogan is obvious, right? Like, we knew the guy had a big audience. It's not like we were like stunned, but like, how the hell was he, the 78-year-old guy who doesn't even have a computer and still like writes handwritten notes? How did he become the guy who cracked the code on, to your point, running a cultural, I don't even want to say campaign, running
it was a movement. Look,
heading a cultural movement versus a campaign.
Every one of your people knows Elon. Listen. Yeah, so everybody keeps, the problem is you have a framework in your mind that, how can Donald Trump? Guys, can we cut it out? Donald Trump is not an idiot. Donald Trump, let me just be very clear. Donald Trump is smarter than me, you, and all critics. You know why we know? Because he has the White House, the Senate, the House.
Totally agree.
Court, the popular vote. He has a massive media ecosystem bigger than the mainstream built around him and for him, and a religious fervor in a political movement around him. And his best buddy is the richest person in the history of the world, and the most relevant Kennedy is with him. This dude is a phenomenon. He is the most powerful human on earth and in our lifetime. And we're still saying, well, how was this guy? We look like idiots to ordinary.
You're totally right.
Are you kidding me? I think one of my favorite parts about this is the man you're speaking to says, you're totally right. You're totally right. In this clip, he didn't dismiss it. He just sat back and listened. He wasn't trying to argue with it. He was just soaking it all in. Also, did you hear that? You hear that Kennedy name drop? He said the most relevant Kennedy is with him right there. The most relevant Kennedy is with him. This is the RFK Jr. effect, right? But I also love this from a more cultural standpoint, which is that we have people who are saying, like, you know what? Could we cut it out? Could we stop like terrorizing like Trump and his people? Could we stop like this fear mongering? Could we stop acting like he's some dumb guy? Like, no, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to win. He knows how to rally people. He knows how to craft policies that actually benefit the majority of people. He knows where the pain points are, and he knows how to create movements that utilize them and to get people inspired and rallied up. Like, this is good. I just really love this, right? We see this conversation being had on the Democratic side, and now it's like, oh my gosh, maybe more people are going to have more conversations of substance, right? And in this video, I really did see like this person's, their gears were turning. It's like they were just accepting the truth that they were told, and it was all selective. It wasn't really whole. But now I really see in this clip, this man was like, you know what? You're right. You're right. Let's cut it out. Let's cut out the BS. And I love it. Charlie Kirk said, no arguments here. President Trump is smarter than all of us. Right. It's crazy, but it is so good. All right. Now, the last thing that I wanted to share before I actually get into my little special message is I saw Patrick Bet David share this today, and he said, "Media lies, politicians lie, numbers never lie. Top 5 presidents with the most pardons." And look at this: number 1, Biden; 2, FDR; 3, Wilson; 4, Truman; and 5, Obama. Because a lot of people are talking about the pardons still, and there's this graph that's making its way around, and we see President Biden all the way up here with 8,000 pardons. And where's Trump at? Look at that. That little sliver right down here. I believe the number he had is about 200. And that is insane. And I think about what Nicole Shanahan discussed with Tucker Carlson, where they're like, part of the problem on the left is that they hide what they're doing so well from the Democrat base. And like you would almost never see this being reported on CNN. You'll never see it on MSNBC, but you will see it on X. And that's what I think is really powerful about X. And that's what I think is really powerful about following people like Patrick Bet David, or just, making sure that you're being exposed to what's actually happening. And I love it. Geez, what a great graphic. Again, if you want to get a closer look, check it out. But some of you guys are probably wondering what I'm wearing. All right, like, why is this man in coveralls? It makes no sense. But let me explain. The first time I wore this, I wore them last year. There's some Carhartt coveralls, and I wore them to a conference last year, and I wore them because I want people to know that I'm here to build the future. I want people to know that, like, I'm getting my hands dirty to actually push the reality that I want to see come true, right? And to me, these are kind of an expression of that. And I'm so excited that what we've been doing here together on the channel and on the newsletter is actually it's becoming something, right? This community is vibrant. The people here are alive and well. They're searching for truth, they're searching for meaning, they're searching for community, and that's what's happening here. Like, let me just go to I'm just going to bring up my channel real quick. Like, look at this. We have what, 31,000, like over 31,000 people who are part of this community. Oh man, that was my dog. You guys want to see my dog? My dog's channel intro. Come over, buddies. Come over here. Hey, come over here. Let's see him. Let's see him real quick. We're planning on doing this, but this is my little dog. Isn't he awesome? Isn't this great? Do you want to get in here too? Let's see. My wife's coming in here. My wife is always in the chair, and it's awesome. And the dog is here. Should we say his name? His name's Bombon. Yeah, it's Spanish for marshmallow because he's a little marshmallow. But yeah, he's the best dog in the world, and he's incredible. All right, I'm taking back over there. Yeah. Right on. But I was going through some notes, and I found something that this person that I love, like they said that once they hit 300,000 followers on YouTube, they didn't think, oh my gosh, I got 300 followers on Instagram, this is great. He didn't think that. He thought, okay, this is now 300,000 people that I get to serve. And I love that mindset. It's not about reaching a specific number. It's about reaching impact. So whenever I see this number, like 30,000 subscribers, okay, that's cool. But what does that mean? Like, I don't know if I see that more of 30,000 subscribers more than I see it as 30,000 people that I get to serve. And I love that mindset. That's why I'm always thinking like, man, I get to do this. I don't have to do this. I get to do this. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to build this, right? I'm able to build this alongside with you. That's what the coveralls are for, and that's what also my last newsletter is about. It was just a thank you letter to everyone who's been part of this journey, everyone who's been part of this community, and a very particular thank you to the people who've chosen to actually support this channel and this publication with like financially, who they like these people have chosen to be investors in what we're doing here. And just the other day I literally made a just a list of everyone who's like a member on YouTube and everyone who's like subscribed to the newsletter, and like these are the people. So everyone here, everyone on this list right here, thank you. Thank you so, so much. Like, you people make these videos possible. Some of these people have been subscribed for the past like 6 months, and it just blows me away. The generosity, the patience, the love that I've received is just incredible. So every single person who's here, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you to the people who watch, of course, the people who read the newsletter, of course, but I also want to thank the people who really do go above and beyond and choose to invest here in building this community. So that's what I wanted to say thank you for. That's really the special message. But I also wanted to go a little bit further and explain kind of my thought process with really the newsletter on a broader scale, and really kind of the channel. And there's a couple of things that I want to say. It's kind of like an announcement. For one, like, I don't want to have paywalls anywhere, right? I don't want to make a video and say like, oh my gosh, or I don't want to make a newsletter and say only paid subscribers could read this, right? Or only paid members could watch this. Like, I don't want to do that, because then you're limiting information. And I think if you want to change the world, you can't do that behind a paywall. Like, if you want your ideas to go as far and as wide as possible, you can't do that behind a paywall. Like, yes, it's important that this becomes, sustainable, but what's more important is that these ideas actually create impact. In order to do that, I think everything should just be open. But in order for things to be open, that means obviously like a lot of people make their money by paywalling content, and I just don't want to do that. But something that I think I could do is is just is just express my gratitude publicly like this. Right? There's some people who have a list that goes on at the end of their videos, and they just thank the supporters. And I'm kind of taking inspiration from that. And I just want to thank the people who are part of this in an incredibly meaningful way. And I also want to say how this could actually look very practically. I really do believe in building in, what is it called? It's called building in public, right? I love this idea of building in public, because if you were to build in public, you can actually just create this shared experience with everyone. So that's really what I want to do. So check this out. I have this idea, and you can let me know what you think. But I just the other day, on what I used to record, I actually I created a banner for this. Check this out. All right, look at this. Boom. Thank you thank you, visionaries. And then it's everyone's name, right? So in videos, I was thinking, what if every time I'm showing something or displaying something, if it could be like this? Right now, I just have the names of the people who are part of this, names of people who are investing in what we're doing. And I was thinking, okay, so now that makes it so the videos could go as far as they can, but the people who are part of this also feel like, oh my gosh, like, yes, I'm contributing to what's happening. I'm contributing to this video going further. I'm contributing to this newsletter going further. And I just love this idea. And if you don't like it, please let me know. If you're someone who is actually a contributing member and you don't like your name being there, please send me an email and I'll take care of it. For whatever reason, I'll take care of it. I'll make sure that you're okay. But this is an idea, and I'm very curious to know what you think about it, and if you like it or if you hate it. But that's what's happening, and I'm personally excited about it. But let me know. Anyways, that's the video, and I'm so excited that I was able to put out this newsletter today. That's very just grateful. If you want to read this newsletter, please go ahead and it'll be linked at the bottom. But if you also want to just become a subscriber to the newsletter, you absolutely can. Again, it's completely free. Like I just said, I don't want to paywall anything. But if you are someone who wants to take that extra step, you totally can. But anyways, that's totally the video. I just wanted to share that information with you. And let me know what you think about some of these conversations. Let me know what you thought about my dog. All right. Let me know what you think about Bernie Sanders possibly confirming RFK Jr. I think it's going to happen at this point. Like, come on. Like it's very clear. Let me know what you think about Mitt Romney kind of speaking to the appointments, and also asking people to give a little bit of grace and just to see what happens. And let me know if you think this is maybe a turning point in the Democratic Party of people on the left who are just almost waking up. They're getting red pilled a little bit, and they're also kind of calling out this behavior, saying, come on guys, let's cut it out, let's be real. Trump won fair and square, and this is what the people voted for. Let me know what you think about some of these conversations. And oh my gosh, RF Kennedy Jr. is going to be on Capitol Hill. That's going to be so exciting. I am so ready. We're going to put out a video every single day this week because of that. And I love it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I am so overwhelmed and full of joy, and I'm just so excited to create the future with you guys. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Let me know what you think about these conversations. All right. Okay. I'll see you next time. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.